Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. I am super excited about today's video because it is a new embroidery digitizing software called Design Doodler. It's by John Deere at the Embroidery Legacy. You can find it at Digitizing Made Easy. I have a link in the description below. And it is on sale right now for a limited time, and it is available for the PC and the iPad. Yes, you can create digitized embroidery files with an iPad, and I am so excited about this. So I'm just going to do a very quick overview on how I would use the software, but I highly encourage you to check it out over here on the website. Everyone can design just like it says. It is so easy, and he has tons of tutorials that tell you exactly how to use this software. You can also check it out on YouTube. Go over to their Facebook page, tons of information about it. But I am so excited about using the iPad to create embroidery files. And it's relatively easy to use. I mean, anybody could use it, whether you're a hobbyist or a beginner or experienced embroiderer, just like it says right here. Very easy to use. You can see it's on sale for a short time right now, and again, it's PC and iPad. I have both and I love it. So I'm gonna, like I said, walk you through a very simple design, but I highly encourage you to check out their YouTube channel, their Facebook page, and their website, all of which are linked in the description below. All right, so here is my iPad, and we're gonna start with the Design Doodler. This is how it opens up. It looks exactly the same whether you're using a Windows PC, a Windows laptop, or an iPad. The layout looks exactly the same. The icons look exactly the same. How I foresee myself using this is by tracing a drawing. I'm not a freehand artist by any stretch of the imagination. So that's kind of what I'm going to walk you through. Again, a full step-by-step tutorial is linked in the description below by John Deere, who created this software and is way more knowledgeable about it and way more capable of teaching it than I am. But I'm just going to show you just how simple it is just to do a simple drawing. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click this icon right here, which is a little picture of a photo, and I can choose a photo, take a photo, or choose a file. So I'm going to go into my photo library. I had already Googled a flower coloring page. You can click on size here. I'm just going to choose medium and click use. So here is the flower that I'm going to be using. Now, you can change the scale that you're looking at it. You can do a 1:1. You can do a 1:3, you can do a 1:6, you can do a fit to screen. That's what I do. For me, that works. If you have taken any of John Deere's, like John Deere Digitizing Made Easy classes, he highly recommends that you use the same scale when you are learning to digitize, because you'll get familiar with how your stitches look. So do what works for you. I'm just going to, for this example, use the fit to screen so that you can see what's going on. So all of the buttons, again, will be very detailed for you in his video. I'm just going to do a very, very basic overview of how I would start to trace a drawing and create an embroidery file out of it. So we've got our picture, we've got it fit to page. This button right here contains all of your stitches and your drawing tools. So you're going to use this button a lot. If it gets in your way, you can move it wherever you want on the screen just by simply touching it. If you want to turn it off while you're drawing, you can just click this button and that will turn it on and off. So in this button is your drawing tool. So we're going to click on the pen. And you have a single run, a double run, you have a fill stitch, you have an applique stitch, you've got your satins. Everything that you need is within these brushes. So I'm going to start with the first thing I'm going to do is a fill stitch of this leaf. So I'm going to choose the fill stitch, which is right here. I can go over here and choose a color palette and choose a color. So I'm just I'll use this bright green so that you can see it. Again, you can move these out of your way if you want, or just turn them on and off as needed. There's also in the color palette, I should mention, if you have a specific brand of threads that you like to use, you can choose those. I just leave it on design palette for the most part. All right, so we've got our fill stitch chosen. We have our drawing turned on. I am just going to pick this up and start tracing this leaf. And just like that, I have already created part of my embroidery file. Now you can click this 3D button up here in the corner, and that shows you what the stitches look like. So that's not perfect and doesn't need to be perfect. Nobody knows what the real drawing looks like when this is an embroidery file. But I can see I've got some rough edges here. So let's see what we can do about that. I'm going to click this button, which is your select button, and I'm going to select it. We can go here in our palette, and we can change the density. We can change the stitch length. We can change this fill pattern. Let's try pattern 3. I like that one. I can put clean outline. That cleans it up a little bit. You can say travel on edge if you want that stitch around the edge. I don't really need that because I'm going to put a satin stitch around it. We can add some underlay. Let's just do perpendicular. You can change the density and the stitch length and inset of the underlay if you want. And you can change if you have tie-ons or tie-offs, your normal start and end commands. So I'm good with that so far. I want to put a satin stitch around it, but I want to go in and I'm going to tweak this just a little bit. So while it's selected, I'm going to click on this button right here, and now I can see the nodes. The problem is they're black and my drawing is black. So I'm going to click the drawing off. And then I can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And I can just straighten this out a little bit. You can turn the drawing back on as needed. So that's fine with me. I'm just doing this as a demo, but I just wanted to show you that you do have full control, drawing controls in the software, which is pretty awesome. Even the handles that you're used to are in there. All right, so I'm gonna turn my drawing back on. Now I wanna put I still have some tweaking to do there. Now I wanna put a satin stitch around the edge. So I'm gonna go up here to my pen tool again, and I'm going to choose the satin stitch. I'm going to choose a darker green in the palette, just to make a difference. All right, I'm going to choose my satin stitch, and I'm going to draw right around that edge. And there's my satin stitch. Now that's way too wide for my taste, so I'm going to grab it with the select tool, make sure I get the right one, click the properties, and I can change that width. We'll put it at a 1.3. And again, I can turn the eye off, see what I've got, and I've already digitized all of that. Isn't that crazy? Turn the eye back on. So let's do the stem next. So I'm going to leave that same color on, choose that satin stitch again. We're going to draw this. Select it, change that width. All right, now I want to do a fill stitch, so I'm going to choose that. Choose the fill. I'm going to change my color back to that bright green. Oops, had the other one selected. Hit undo. Ready to draw again. Fill, bright green. Don't like that, just hit undo, try it again. All right, so we can go back, select it, go to the properties, and I think we used 3 on the other one. Clean outline, underlay. Nope, that's not the same one. Let's see, did we use 2? Let's see what we used. Fill pattern 3, 1.2, and 3. So we're going to go to this one. Fill pattern 2, 1.3, and 2. I can change the inclination, which is the direction of the stitch. So I'm just going to speed through the rest of this design just because it's repetitive. It's the same thing, but I wanted to show you just how simple it is to create a digitized design. Now I will tell you, in order to save this as an embroidery file that works with your machine, whether that be a JEF, a DST, a PES file, or whatever it is, you will also need the Windows version of the software. That is how you can convert it to a DST or PES, an embroidery file. The app itself is going to save a native working file that you need to save. That's the one that you're always going to open and edit. But in order to save it as a PES for your machine, if you have an iPad, you must also have a Windows PC in order to convert it from the native file to an embroidery file. I also wanted to be sure and mention that you don't have to start with a picture. If you are an artist and you can freehand draw, you have tons of tools at your fingertips. You can draw shapes, you can draw from scratch. You don't need that at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're notified every time there's a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, never stop making. See ya. Bye-bye.